Now, as per the new vaccination policy, all adults have now become eligible to get vaccinated free of cost at government vaccine centres. Now, this comes as India's focus is now on vaccinating the entire adult population before the nation faces a possible third wave of the pandemic. Now, Sagay Raj as well as Shivani are now joining me live to give us a sense of this expanded vaccine drive that we see across the country today. Sagay Raj, of course, reporting from the Atal Bihari Vajpayee Medical College and Research Centre, and Shivani now joins me from the RML Hospital in New Delhi. Sagay Raj, if I could come to you first. Now, Sagay, give us a sense of what's happening around you. Of course, from today, India has launched a widening of the vaccination policy. Everybody above the age of 18 now becomes eligible for a free vaccine.
Absolutely, as you rightly pointed out, that people above 18 years are eligible to take their vaccines, and you can see that people are gathering in large number. Here the registration is happening. On the other side, if you go in this particular building, there are people who are taking their respective jabs. Talking to media, the health minister have clarified that there are around 14 lakhs of Covishield vaccines here in the state, and they do have the target of in calculating close to 7 lakhs people today on a yoga day. So people are coming in large number in this particular hospital. There are several rooms here. Ma'am, have you registered yourself?
I've registered myself, so I'll get vaccinated now.
Okay. And since how long you are waiting for this?
No, just now I came, that's all.
Okay.
I got registered now, I'll get vaccinated now. COVID shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So these are people who are lining up in queue and waiting to get their vaccines. On the other side of the room, you can see that they are going to administer the vaccines here, and people are gathering in large number. People are not allowed to enter the registration place due to COVID protocols. People are allowed in selected numbers, say around 10 to 15 people are allowed for registration. And
right. Of course, as Sagay Raj is pointing out, there are various COVID protocols that are in place across the country, as the government, of course, has now widened the vaccination policy to be able to vaccinate as many number of people as we can. Let's go across to Shivani, who's reporting from the RML Hospital in the national capital. Now, Shivani, you know, state governments also have now opened up walk-in vaccination facilities. Give us a sense of what's happening in Delhi. Of course, the state government over there has been saying that it has opened up a large number of centers to ensure that a lot of people can be vaccinated each single day.
Nupur, if we talk about the centralized free vaccination drive that has started today across the country, across the states, and in Delhi also the same drive has started today, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced that each and every citizen above the age of 18 will get free vaccine jab. And if we talk about this particular center where I'm right now in the RML hospital, this is the PGI, where a special vaccination center has been started, and JP Nadda, the president of BJP, would be here shortly after some time, and he will also monitor and review how this vaccination drive, which has been welcomed by all the states, is going on in Delhi. We know, Nupur, that in Delhi there was a lot of chaos and number of complaints coming from Delhi government on the shortage of vaccines when the drive had opened up for 18 to 44 age bracket people. But after that, this vaccine policy announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, according to which the 75% procurement will be done by the centre, and the rest 25 can be procured by the private hospitals, and that too on capped prices. So whatever vaccines the private hospitals will be giving to people will be capped, and they cannot overcharge. And rest, all the state governments are getting free vaccines from the centre. This would certainly enhance the numbers, and this will also facilitate how the vaccination drive was going on. And a very important thing here is that the responsibility of state has been made, that the state has to monitor and aggregate the demand and vaccination which is going on under this centralized free vaccination scheme. So today is the first day. It happens to be World International Yoga Day also. And people are actually correlating this with their health and they want to get vaccinated. So in Delhi also there are now around 70 vaccination centers where lakhs of people intend to get vaccinated. And so far the response is quite overwhelming in the national capital.
Absolutely, Shivani, as you're pointing out, the state in a sense now becoming a facilitator really in the vaccination drive. Let's also bring in Ashwin now, who's reporting from Thiruvananthapuram. Good morning, Ashwin. You know, states, of course, across the country have set themselves very ambitious targets today. Give us a sense of what you are seeing in Thiruvananthapuram. We do know that a large number of states have opened up extra vaccination centers to be able to ensure that they can vaccinate as many people as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, Nupur. The day has started off well. Of course, it's a day of yoga where Prime Minister Narendra Modi had made this ambitious announcement. And during this time, we have got information from the state of Kerala. So far, the center has given 1,21 lakh vaccines altogether to the state. And just 2 days before, 9.8 lakhs of extra vaccines have come, which include 6.3 lakh of Covishield and remaining Covaxin. So right now, as you can see in these visuals, the youngsters are all here. They're lined up. Many of them are taking these vaccines over here, and the registration and everything is being done. And a large number of people are here, especially youngsters, taking the vaccination drive. Many of them have already taken the first jab. They're all waiting in line over here. Many of them have taken their vaccination. So probably we'll ask some of these youngsters what do they say as well. Vaccination edutho? Okay. Registration easy airno? Was the registration easy for you?
Easy.
How are you feeling? So like this, there are many youngsters over here, Nupur, who has got benefit from this vaccination drive. And as this visual speak for itself, lots of youngsters have come in line. The centralized scheme of vaccination for the age group of 18 plus is going on at a at a swift pace in the state of Kerala. As I had said earlier, Chief Minister had also stated that 40% of Keralites have already taken their first jab. And the target to battle this entire crisis is when 75% of the population gets fully vaccinated. Now, 1,21 lakh vaccines have already been provided by the center, and which really means it's certainly good news. The vaccination drive is going to progress very well, and as you can see in these visuals, a lot of them have taken their vaccination, and certainly the pace is going to increase as more number of centers are opening up.
Absolutely.
The center is allotting more vaccines, and the state is facilitating them very well. And it's a state which has never had any single loss of a single vial of vaccine that has got. This certainly is good news from the state of Kerala.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, Ashwin, you know, Kerala, of course, has one of the best records in the country as far as vaccinations go. Thank you very much for joining us, all three of you, for the moment.